And for that, we really need people settling down, glued to the chairs. We can't wait to get started. The evolving role of gemmological labs in India. Ladies and gentlemen, a power-packed session that the industry needs to hear. Detailed and insightful discussion between all the dignitaries. Everybody, let's get started. We already have Mr. Ashok Meenawala, past chairman GJC, and the Karta Dharta, the mastermind behind Mindspeak, here on the stage with us. We also have Themas Printer, MD and CEO IGI. He focuses on building trust in certification with global experience, believes in combining science with responsibility as the industry evolves. Everybody, hello, am I audible to each one of you or you'll choose to ignore? Okay, and I really do not expect anybody ignoring what I say because this is going to be interesting. Ladies and gentlemen, and the men especially standing in the aisle. Hello. Hi. Amazing faces. Can we please settle down? Because we definitely can't wait to get started with this discussion. Okay then, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to call all the heroes on the stage, everybody. We already have two Dhurandhars here on the stage with me, Mr. Ashok Meenawala and of course Mr. Themas Printer, MD and Chief Executive Officer IGI. Give it up, everybody. And also requesting Ramit Kapoor, Managing Director, GSI, with 30 years of experience. He leads GSI India, focusing on technology, research and improving certification processes. Join us on the stage, ladies and gentlemen. Now requesting somebody who works on expanding GIS India's presence and strengthening industry relationships across key markets. Director, Market Development, GI India, Jayant Kulkarni. Round of applause, everyone. Come on, taaliyon ki awaaz nahi aa rahi. Next up, I have somebody who leads large teams and focuses on driving innovation, improving performance, and helping organizations adapt to change. Managing Director at Serene Technologies India, Ben Finkelstein. Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Come on. All right. Next up, we have the co-founder and director, SGL. He has built SGL into a global certification network, focuses on technology accuracy and improving customer experience. Round of applause for Chirag Soni. Round of applause. Come on, guys. Where is the energy? Are we starving already? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, next from IDT, we have the super amazing and gorgeous Dr. Jeeta Rani Udgata. Here she comes. And over to you, Ashok sir.
A very, very warm welcome to the panel over here, each and every one of you. I am so thankful that you have all come. Most thankful to Mr. Printer, who has really taken the trouble, despite his broken leg. He's taken a lot of trouble to really make the effort to come here. I am so thankful to you, sir. So I'll try and make sure we have a wonderful time today, and it's well worth the while for everyone. We have an online presence today also on YouTube, and I welcome all the people who are on there. Welcome members of the trade sitting over here. So let's start this with a small discussion on the role of the gemmological laboratories of India. Has evolved from a very simple authentication to becoming critical partners in transparency, consumer trust, and the global market integration today. As of early 2026, these labs serve as the essential link between increasingly aware consumers and a highly competitive jewelry market. Today, a large number of jewelers are totally dependent on their certification that they do for the jewelry. Shift towards the consumer-centric transparency, this is something that is happening very fast, and we are seeing the change. Today, it is a consumer-friendly, a consumer-facing necessity. We cannot say whether you would like to have a certification or you would not like to have. I think it is something that is the need of the hour, and every single jewelry company tries to ensure that they have a kind of a process of certification that they provide to their customers. Gone are those days when we used to, in the earlier 80s and 90s, sell jewelry without any certification, with our own certification, but I don't think it can continue at this point of time. So there is a lot of certification that happens now. You look at the institutes, they are providing you certification for loose diamonds, for diamonds which are set in jewelry, for colored gemstones, and also for colored diamonds. There is a whole element of detection of lab-grown diamonds, which is also happening now, and this is a very big benefit because the lab-grown industry is also totally dependent on for certification of their lab-grown diamonds as well as their jewelry. So I think let me start with the questionnaire so that we can get back to what are the new technological advancements that institutes have in the assessments of diamonds and colored stones that we see today. Sir, I would like to start with Amitji, if you can give me some insight on that.
Thank you, Ashok. Yeah, so like you mentioned, the gemmological world is actually constantly and continuously evolving. Nothing is constant, nothing is the same. New treatments are coming up, new ways of growing lab growns are coming up. So detection is getting more complex and difficult, and at the same time, so continuous research needs to be done at the lab level, and a lot of findings which come out of the research should be also shared in the industry, so that we're all here to make sure that the consumer trust is preserved. So for that, I believe that we need to constantly come up with, I would say, the research that we need to do, and make sure that consumer trust is in place. Yeah.
Ben, if you could throw in some light on this.
Yeah, actually, especially today with lab-grown scale, to continue with the trust with the consumers, you must involve machines that will help to grade the stones in better way, because to recruit, to training the people, it's very, very difficult, and the scale and the equipment, it's not the same, it's much more complicated process. So the machinery, it's very, very important to be able to continue the accurate of the grading, even also then it will be, even the SLA can be much better, and so on. So I think it's very, very important.
So just to for everyone's information, Ben represents Sareen, which is the provider of the instruments that are used for the certification of diamonds. And
yeah, also GCAL by Sareen. It's
so you do color grading, and you do a lot
color
of
and
other
clarity grading by machine, so that we.
I remember having bought one of your machines way back in the 90s.
No, it's
That
different
was
machine now.
probably
It's
the
totally different machine today. It's based on AI and totally different machine.
Color grading.
Yeah, yeah.
I remember that. So okay. Tamas, if you could give us some insight on this.
Yeah. See, technology is ever evolving. And I'll tell you, I've been in this industry from its inception, where certification is concerned, from 99. If you recall, you had a big first floor in Palladium in Crossroads.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, you used to display all the brands, all the luxury brands, including jewelry. Okay. Now, you have a reputation, which is very good. So when I met you, you may not recall, when I met you, you said, I have reputation, but I want to uphold my reputation by getting my jewelry certified by an independent laboratory. See, that is the mindset of a visionary. You know? So, in those days when we started certifying, we actually invented jewelry certification. IGI invented it. And in those days, it was important to know, of course, the 4 C's in the mounted condition, plus to see that there are no CZs. It's very easy
a
for a
very important thing
gemologist
in those
to,
days.
but still, people would try. Now the entire scenario has changed. With the advent of lab grown, with the advent of new types of processes, with the advent of many different things, in 2000, post-COVID, when lab-growns made their fray in the market, 95% of all jewelry and diamond parcels we received were contaminated
Wow.
with lab-growns.
Wow.
Today, very, very little. I mean, negligible. But, from those days onwards, we were policing. So when people were trying to, come on, you want to make business in a fraudulent manner, then they saw that, and if you get caught once, twice, you get blacklisted.
Absolutely.
So we actually brought that 95% down to the negligible percent. These negligible percent is more mistakes.
This is the only way it could have happened.
Only way.
There's no other way we could have done
Only
this.
way, And over the years, technology has evolved. We've harnessed the technology. It's very important, So I can continue, but yeah. So what happens is there is AI coming into picture. More efficiency is coming into the picture, more process-oriented efficiency. So in 18 years ago, when I had some 25, 30 gemologists, I could control. When this number started expanding fast, came to 100, you cannot, you want to control, you want to be consistent, you want to be integrity conscious, you have to build your trust. So we adopted ISO 17025, which is an extremely stringent lab accreditation. It's not mandatory, but I did it for my own purpose.
Okay.
So that, and initially my gemologists used to say, what is this so much of bookkeeping, man? I mean, we are gemologists, we don't want to. But having standardized that process, it works holistically. So that was the first foray that I did, unintentionally, but for my own good. And today it works. We are an auditor.
Yeah.
A gem lab, independent gem lab
Absolutely.
is an auditor. We get audited. So it's a third party gem lab is getting further audited by an international authority, ISO 17025.
So this is something which everyone would like to know.
Yes.
What is that process that keeps you and your institutions doing the right thing all the time?
Yes. See, I'll tell you, there is consistency, integrity, and trust. Trust is non-negotiable. Understand that. I'll give you a little off the topic that we are talking about. Years ago, when I was in college, my wife, my girlfriend then, gave me a heavy bracelet. Those gold bracelet.
Oh, wow.
Macho time. So, I bought it from Vaman Haripethe.
Okay.
Hallmarked, 22 carat. I didn't have a clue of what hallmark is.
Okay.
It was not mandatory, it was not known, nothing. Decades later, when I joined IGI, I said, okay, let me check here. You know, means,
कहाँ गए हो?
22 chair, you know, Adar chair, Chaud chair, nothing chair, you know. So I sent it for hallmarking.
Okay.
It came out 22 carat. Now can you imagine the trust factor which Vaman Hari has built?
Absolutely.
Where will I buy my gold from?
Always.
Always.
Same place.
It's same. So, you know, you can get away with selling something today, but you have to understand that 10 years later, it can come and bite you in the ass.
It runs both ways.
Yes.
If you build that trust,
Yeah.
it is forever.
Yes.
If you build that, do a wrong thing,
Huh?
also it remains forever.
Yes, it remains forever and it'll come back. Karma is,
Always. Karma comes back.
karma comes to you, yeah. You know? So,
somehow.
let's carry on to
Yeah,
the
sure.
next guy.
So, Jayant represents GIA, and let us know your perspective on the way colored stone diamonds and the assessments that you make from GIA, how things happen, and what are the things that now you are going to do for the industry, which is in addition to what you guys were doing earlier.
Thank you, Ashok ji. First of all, I would like to thank you and GJC and Anil ji for inviting us, all of us, and I think this is the first time we all have gathered together. So it's a good opportunity. In regards to GI, when it started in 1931, like almost century ago, with a one mission and one vision, is to protect a consumer trust, bring transparency, bring standards into the industry. So they gave a 4Cs. So we introduce a 4Cs to the world, and you know, so world can use it. Can you imagine before introduction of 4Cs how it would be to choose a diamond? Now because of that global standard, a person in Surat can shake a hand with a person in US without even physically present, physically showing a stone, just because of the certification. So the technology have evolved since then, since 1931, and then introduction of first identification in 1953 with polariscopes and spectroscopy. So in GI we have evolved. Currently at GI we have 50 researchers, out of which 22 are PhD holder. So GI strongly believe in continuation of research and development. So just to inform you, we have our own LGD growth process factory. So we can implement, we can try and test everything which the industry can do. So we are at par with what industry is doing. So we have been keep using Raman spectroscopy, UV, infrared. Not only for diamonds, we do have samples of more than 32,000 of gemstones, which we have collected through our field research and gemmologist. For opal, we use advanced technology like, you know, CT scanning, X-ray, all of those. So it's a combination and it's keep evolving. Recently, we made changes in the terminology what we use for lab-grown diamonds. So whatever we do is forefront of the protecting consumer trust and the integrity of the gems and gemology.
Super. Sorry, yeah, sure.
See, initially, when we started, nobody had any clue about certification. We actually brought about certification and the idea of certification into the Indian...
Jewelry certification. Jewelry certification.
Both. Natural, of course. Loose stones as well as jewelry, both of them. I'll give you an example. Just about 2-3 months in the fray, one Gujarati gentleman came to my lab and says, I love 2 carat no dagino. Mane certify karina aap. No? Okay. You have to keep it with me. And we will give you come after 2 days and I will give it back to you. No chance. You know this, I will not leave my diamond. I want to sit next to your gemologist. You know, this went on for about 40-45 minutes. I didn't want the gentleman to leave. And the gentleman wanted not to keep the diamond with me and go away.
Yeah.
You know? So, means he is refusing. Who am I? So then finally, I just told him, my friend, I'm a Parsi. He got so annoyed with me. And I didn't know much Gujarati at that time, તમે અડધો કલાકથી મારું ઇંગ્લિશમાં કાંઈ ફાફાક મારો છો. In a split second, he gave me the diamond. Why? Trust. He was refusing.
Yeah.
And in a split second. So trust is non-negotiable.
Non-negotiable. Absolutely. Chirag, શું કહે છે?
Good afternoon. And yeah, thank you for having me here.
Good afternoon to you also.
Yes, and thanks to GJC as well.
Yeah.
As my fellow panelists have mentioned over here.
I'll give you a little brief. One sec. I'll just break. When GJC started, we used to go to markets and various places. I must have visited about 40, 50 cities of India, just talking about. And everywhere I used to go, we used to have 30, 40, 50, 100 people, sometimes 500 people. They would say not a single time have all our jewelers of our gully or our city ever come together in one place. We would only look at it as a war. If we have to come together, there would be maramari. And there was no maramari. And only good discussion. And everything evolved out of that.
Correct.
And today we can proudly say that we brought the industry together. And that's the power of GJC particularly has got that. And
GJF actually, initially.
GJF,
GJF.
yes.
Now
No,
the
you're right.
you know.
You were the founder member of GJF.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
No?
So this is the power of GJC. So institutes can even get together.
Correct. It's
And
rare,
I can
but
tell you,
at
you
least
can
we
do
started.
wonders. You can do wonders. Only thing is open hearts,
Correct.
open mindsets,
Correct, correct.
And good food.
and good. Acha, that goes with with every Parsi. Pella bonuvo.
And I remembered having a...
Sorry, I interrupted.
No. In fact, what you've just said is adds up to what I was going to say. I remember back in 2005-6 when you had just debuted Lucky Lakshmi.
Yeah.
I had worked with you on a project representing another organization where we had certified the loose diamonds that were given as part of the Lucky
Yes,
Lakshmi
yes.
program.
Yes.
And it was astonishing, right? Because
And we didn't have budgets at that
yeah,
time.
exactly. I
And
remember you telling me
sponsored
that.
the whole thing. I know that.
Yes, and it was such a great effort to be made in the first
But you
place.
know what
from-
was the big thing? That was my idea.
correct?
We used to give gold coins when
Yes,
somebody used to win on a scratch card.
yes,
And a huge amount of gold was always circulated. We said, when will we let diamonds go into the hands of people?
correct.
And across the country, if there are going to be 1 million buyers, and if they start receiving gifts by way of diamonds
Yes,
as a win, what would they do with that diamond? They would only go to a jeweler and say, can you make a ring for me or a earring spare for me? And what would happen to that jeweler who has never received and done any work in diamonds? He can still get it set for him, but he comes into the diamond business.
Yes.
He gets a little flavor of the whole thing. And we actually gave a taste
yeah,
of this of diamonds to the entire industry in this manner.
I remember because part of that program, of course, the vision was in place, the execution was in
And this
place.
is the first time DBS
It's the first time.
and
And-
WGC came together on one platform. They would also not
Correct.
discuss anything together.
Correct.
That was that one time.
And then, we had printed that card, if you remember, that would be sealed with
Yeah,
the
yeah.
diamonds. And we received so many phone calls from consumers who had got those parcels, right?
Yeah.
Saying, what's the quality? What do we do with it? So you're right. You touched a point. You sort of ignited something in the consumer to say, oh, wow, what do I do with this diamond now?
So the
your
buying of
diamond
diamonds
journey starts
increased.
from there.
And DBS was the only, Jonathan was there at that time. And I had spoken to him. He said, in 1 second, I'll go with you.
Right.
The confidence you have, I think is good enough for me to get this happening.
Correct.
And I'm going to sponsor the whole thing.
Correct, correct. No, it was amazing. And yes, just to reiterate on the discussion that is there going on the tech front, what has happened is as part of the whole lab grown, the way that category has come up and the way the adoption has happened with the consumers and the industry alike, I think the supply chain has become much more airtight now, thanks to the tech part, right? And without the tech, you cannot have that in place, because at every stage, every single stakeholder wants a warranty or a guarantee to say that there are no lab growns in it, if it's a natural diamond parcel and so on. And hence, as Themis mentioned, it has come down to negligible levels now. These will be, human error sort of levels. And that is because of the tech. And it has been a great journey for the laboratories, I guess, as well. I can speak for myself that thanks to LGD, the importance and the need of laboratories have grown much more from where it was pre-LGD levels.
Absolutely. Jitarani ji, I would like to ask you one question. How do jewelers benefit from certification?
Sir, I'm Dr. Jitarani. I'm the witness to this industry's entire journey, entire value chain, supply chain to starting from supply chain to standardization. And first time I met Mr. Pinter in GJEPC platform because of some certification issue with the custom department. So that time I actually come across what is certification, and from that till the date I am exploring how certification will help the industry in a larger way. I have addressed 2 points. One is technical and another is how the jewelers will be benefited from this. Technology involvement, so this is a fantastic effort by the entire labs, including IDT. I'm representing IDT, so I'm taking the IDT's name. And without technology, in current situation, no one can differentiate the natural diamond with the lab-grown CVD, moissanite and everything. There is a machine called screening machine. I'm very closely worked with Sarin machine also. When Yob is heading the Sarin machine, India head. So current situation, any person cannot dictate in naked eye what is lab grown and what is other kind of similar category.
Okay.
This is neither the common man nor the grader, not even the retailer. That is the fundamental thing. So for that, screening machine is currently introduced by all the labs.
How do jewelers benefit is my question.
I'm coming to that point. Screening machine is a basic requirement of this industry to identify lab grown or natural diamond, or what kind of category of diamond is that. So every retailer, they can take the benefit of this screening machine, and they can give a live demo to their buyer on their account, means when they are doing the billing. So that will help the retailer to promote their product, what kind of product they are dealing with, whether they are declaring the lab grown as well as the natural.
Okay.
But the screening machine is the fundamental requirement to define.
I got it. So screening machine is important. Okay.
Yep.
But the issue is, by certifying jewelry, how does the jeweler benefit? What does the jeweler doesn't know that happens automatically when a certification happens?
Upholds his reputation. He knows now what he is paying for. And see, without certification, he is paying blind. Okay. So with certification, helps him what the quality of the diamond is, of the jewelry, and he now knows what to pay for it. And in turn, he is giving the exact diamond of what he is paying and back to the consumer. So, certification is a one-time thing, but it goes into the entire supply chain.
And it remains forever till the product is, and your certificate is connected together.
And your reputation, you're upholding your reputation.
Correct.
And upholding your trust.
Yeah.
And recently, we have come out with a beautiful screening machine called the Origin. We've developed this with our research scientists as well as with technology from Italy.
Right.
This machine is entirely made in, it can give you lab growns, whether it is CVD or HPHT. It can tell you natural, and it can also tell you simulants,
Okay.
all four, which I think is a great achievement
Yeah.
for the industry. We are doing, see, you harness technology, you advance, and you go forward.
Sir, I just want to add few points to Mr. Pinto. First thing, the certification is a one-time cost. However, the grading, color, everything is written. So there are number of platforms where the diamond's quality is this, carat weight is this, and the whatever other informations that is said, like Rappaport is one of the example, where each individual, like the buyer as well as seller, can check the price. So that certification helps both the party, like all the beneficiary, whether it is a retailer or it is a end consumer. They can find out what exactly they are buying and what exactly price they are paying. So that will help them out to like purchase a diamond. So this is a good initiative by the industry, and actually the industry should feel proud that we all laboratories are putting so much effort to like protect the industry.
Okay, I got this answer. I think let's go to the next question. How close is a certification of a loose diamond as compared to a certification of a diamond set in jewelry? How close can it be? Can there be any variations in that, or the variations can be narrowed down as much as possible?
See, I'll tell you what. Both are based on the 4 C's. A loose diamond can be assessed in 14 parameters, which we do, and give you the absolute exact grade. See, of the 4 C's, the only quantifying grade is the weight. You put the diamond on the weighing scale and you get it to the exact decimal. All the other 3 C's are qualitative analysis. You understand? So there lies your expertise, which you have gained over years. So that I'm saying about the loose diamonds. Now when you come to the mounted diamonds in a jewelry piece, these are very small. So what happens is, the manufacturer has a criteria from his retailer that I want VS1, I want VS GH, say for instance, because in the mounted condition, it is always split grades. It is not exact grades, 2 grades combined. So what we do is, when you see the jewelry piece, it's a little different than, like, see, because every piece is mounted, so you don't have to hold any piece. 100 pieces are mounted in a same fashion. So when the cut is even, it gives you a very even jewelry feeling. When the color is right, because otherwise what happens is 1 or 2 colors which are not right will stand out, or for that matter, clarity. So jewelry grading is very different. Loose diamonds is different, but both are working on the 4 C's.
So I'll tell you jeweler's perspective. I am a jeweler, and I do my certification of my jewelry, and I get markings that there are 4 diamonds which are not matching. So it annoys me at that time, because it hits my ego. You know what? When I have told you that it is F, it is F. But then I get to see, let me do a checking properly. Whether the diamond that has been marked, now removed, now whether it is actually, there was a problem in the purity or the color, or did he just mark it for the fun of it? And I tell you, 9 out of 10 times, he's not wrong, he's right. And it's only my ego which stops me from the whole thing, saying that, boss, I want to go and fight with that institute. Now, why are you doing this? What's happening? There can be a human element, but that percentage is very low. And there is a time now that
Ashok.
you can't fool around and you don't
Absolutely.
you cannot, institutes don't have time, the jewelers don't have time. But I think that the most important element today is the speed at which things have to happen. The elements that need to be checked have to be checked, and the authenticity which comes with the certification has to be to that mark, or there's no
Agreed.
point in it.
See, Ashok, and over 90%
Yeah.
of diamonds sold in India,
Yeah,
I would say over 95% is in jewelry,
yeah,
right? Less than 5%
yeah,
would be
very true.
loose. So that's why it's good to even get a certificate for a consumer. At least it gives you a standardized product. It's ensuring that there's no contamination. The cut is evaluated overall if there is something weak, too much of fluorescence, one or two stones standing out, some tinge in the color. So that can make the jewelry look, not so pretty. So you want to ensure that you are giving the consumer a good product. So certification will take care of that. So, when the retailer wants to give a standardized product, we will make sure that it is.
See, in the 60s and 70s, we used to sell everything without certification. But that doesn't mean certification was not there. But
In the US.
ego was so much, but boss, when I have told you it is white, it is white. Now, whether the certificate says whatever, we used to try to beat the whole system out. But at the end of the day, there is a whole element of science, and there is a whole element of reality, and systems which are actually generating this whole thing. And that is the one area we have to start putting our faith in and start working together to ensure that the whole thing works smoothly. And that's very important. And then slowly we realize after the 70s and 80s that boss, the customer is only asking, where is the certificate?
Absolutely.
Now, when I am telling you, it is GH. What G or H? Tell me now. Because the price is different for both. Then you realize that it's better you start certifying your stones. So, a lot of certification started, I think, probably very wildly after the 80s. And now
Actually,
if you
after
really
2000.
see, can you ever think of selling a diamond without a certificate?
Yeah.
Just tell me. It's impossible. So certification, a third party evaluation is so important. Why do we need to do hallmarking? Well, Vamanari Pete will give you that item of jewelry. He had done his own standards. He has his own ethical standards.
Ethical.
Way back. So after you got it hallmarked, you still realize he had the standards even then.
Amazing, I tell you. I mean, decades later, huh?
Yes. But
Decades
that is
later.
exactly how jewelers worked.
Yeah.
When they told you something, they meant it.
Yes, absolutely, I agree.
I'd like to add
And
something to that, Ashok bhai.
here, what I'm saying is that we actually make samples, small diamond, and give it to the assorters. See, it's the assorters who are going to do the assorting. So if the assorting is done properly, then finally the certification, less of these red marks and,
Correct.
changing, which spoils the finish of the jewelry happens. Many years ago, when initially it just started, buyers from Israel and from the US used to come to India and actually see the stone because they didn't have any value in what they were being told. There came a time when he says, I want 50 stones, VS1 G color, IGS certified. They didn't have to come to India. They didn't have to spend on airfare, hotels, everything. So the whole scenario has changed.
I think the COVID helped to it.
Huh?
The COVID helped.
No, this was
helped to
much
it.
before COVID. COVID, we were all relaxing.
And Ashok bhai, there's a caveat to that as well. I'd like to add to the word that you specifically used, ego, over here. So, yes, this is something that we as a lab face on daily basis. How is this a reject? I know my diamond. I know what we bought, so on and on. But then everybody does not accept that, as a lab, we're doing what we are supposed to do. And yes, there are these markings on the jewelry, and there is a reason why we marked. We just don't get any fun out of it, right? The idea is to ensure that the product is filtered as per the criteria, as per the requirement of the jeweler at times, in fact. So everybody is not so acceptable and flexible in terms of saying, this is the lab's job and that's what they're doing here. To ensure that the right product enters their store.
And if you are sometimes, as a jeweler, if you are so strong on a particular diamond that you have bought, and you have, it's a loose stone, and if you have a lot of samples that certify it as a F color, and this institute has given you a G, and you feel that you need to sit down and argue with that institute, there's nothing wrong in it. It can be recertified, and I think there are likely chances that you might even get a better color accepted,
Yes.
because it would go through
No, then they don't complain.
huh?
Then they don't complain if it's a better one.
Yeah, so
Not necessarily,
it's
it's
not
possible,
See,
huh?
there is an element of complaint and there is an element of understanding.
Correct.
Once you realize that you can also be wrong,
Yeah.
Of course.
and somebody can
Correct.
also be wrong,
Correct,
and
correct,
human element is there. Everything is not happening totally scientifically. So
See,
you have to give
understand-
the benefit of doubt.
It's a qualitative analysis.
Qualitative one.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So when you understand it's a qualitative analysis and keep your ego on the side, the jeweler as well as the labs, and there is a mode called recheck.
Yes,
You know, you give the benefit of the doubt to the jeweler.
absolutely.
You know, and if it is feasible, there are changes.
Yeah.
Fine.
Sir,
It's not a
I have
one-way street.
point
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
I have a point here. Actually, when you are doing the loose stone standardization, and when you are converting that loose stone into a jewelry, there are lot of like scientific reason is there, like metal reflection, how you are studied, how whether that is cleaned properly or not, wax is there, wax is not there. So many factors are also like working that. So sometimes the ego of his jeweler is right, because he knows what kind of loose diamond he has given for the jewelry. But this is not right in all ways.
Correct.
This is a completely scientific thing. So jeweler has to accept that if something is coming, maybe there is a scientifically error in their manufacturing, and they should accept and they should like welcome that rechecking by like remove that particular stone. And lab is doing their means maximum effort to give the best quality and like trust. Trust is the biggest factor,
So
because
there are a lot of big
they are-
stones in the market also, sometimes certified by 2 or 3 institutes, available at the same time. One is a little different purity, one is a different shade, and one is a different cut, and still business happens. It's the buyer who has to decide how he wants to buy it, and how he is the seller who has to decide what price he wants to sell, and probably give a benefit of that.
See, when we do ISO 17025, there is a leeway of a grade difference between laboratories because it's a qualitative analysis. So I'm not saying that,
So how does that actually happen? Is there some point at which everyone follows the same parameters, or is there, like, I put my center line at 0.45 and the other guy puts it at 0.55? Does it happen like that?
So I'll tell you what. There is a straight grade, means it's a straight G.
Yeah.
And then there is a high G
Yeah.
or a low G.
Low G.
Okay, so these are the
Correct.
3 times. Okay. Now, generally the easy grade is a straight G.
Correct.
Okay, where there is no dispute. There is only one single lab.
Everyone will call it a G.
Yeah. Now, say IGI.
Yeah.
We have something like 70 to 80 master sets. Each and every one of these master sets is a GIS certified stone. Okay. But we play on the borderline. In the sense, if it's a very high G, for instance, my gemologist is so tuned to see if benefit of doubt can be given or not. In case it is given, it is possible. If it is not, then we stand our ground. So it is like that.
This is exactly what I explained to my customer. When a situation like this arises and the business is so big that you don't know what to say and how to deal with it, and there is a situation where I want to tell the customer that actually, according to me, this is an F color stone and it's certified G. You should buy this. You are going to get it at a cheaper price, and it's almost an F color stone.
Perfect. That's
So
very
this
true.
is the way we take advantage of it as a jeweler, and I think everyone can take benefit of this if they start thinking the way institutes work and how they do their grading and how the whole process happens and evolves. So I think that's a great thing. So one thing very important is the element of education. On the element of education, GI has been one of the premier institutions in the world, which has still contributed so much in preparing the entire industry to know about the gemstones, to know about diamonds, and all the new intricacies that are involved are so well taught by the institute. Well, you have a 6-month course and you have a 3-month course, and sometimes you have a crash course also happening. So various things are happening and in various ways in different parts of the world. In India, you have your own institute also happening here, and I think you have a crash course in India also which is happening. All this is happening not for the service of the industry, for service of GI, for the benefit of GI.
So ultimately service industry can benefit, right?
Yeah. So listen to me. Yeah. Absolutely.
No?
Yeah.
I mean, come on, yeah, you need
Absolutely.
to know, you need to know holistically everything.
Yeah, yeah.
So the thing is, where GI is concerned, their courses are very in-depth, much more of theory, little less of practical.
Correct.
Hmm? You know?
No.
Okay, no, that is my take on it, as a lab. IGI courses are more practical and less theory.
So you have courses?
Sorry? Since inception.
I would like to know.
Since inception.
What do you have?
Since all polished diamond course, can you help me out? Polished diamond course, rough diamond course, jewelry design, colored stones, pearl grading course.
So do all institutes have this?
At least IGI has, I don't know, but we have an in-depth, but the difference between GI and I are our courses are extremely practical.
Okay.
And like color stones, you need a lot of theory.
Correct.
Which we don't really have. It's a fact. GI course is far ahead. But we teach with a loop and a tweezer. You cannot take your microscope out in the market.
I can understand.
You cannot. So we teach on the practical side. I mean, GI has his own
no
style.
jeweler has a microscope in his
whatever, but you cannot carry it in the market and say, "Acha, it's not feasible."
Yeah.
So, Jan, please.
Jan, what do you have
counter
to
me.
say?
So basically when we talk about GI education, we want to make sure that the person who is coming for an education should have an in-depth knowledge and how much he want to apply outside. And that's where we use a microscope, then he could see a proper inclusions in a proper way. It is for his knowledge. We don't want him to say,
At the
okay, you go
institute,
and...
everything is fine.
Yes. So everything is in-depth knowledge. Make sure that when he is going out of the GI, he has whatever necessary knowledge needed for the industry. And of course, it is for the benefit of the industry. Now about the crash course, yes, we do have a crash courses. We have created a customized courses for a retail staff so they can explain the forces very well or they can sell better. Normally, we do conduct customized training program for the brands, which we in India now have introduced the 7 steps to sales technique, and that is a customized course. And we also do according to whatever the requirement of the retailers are. So that courses are also happening.
So I'll give you my institute. I paid the money for getting myself into GI in 1973.
Wow.
And I paid the
How
advance
old were
money.
you, Ashok?
Huh?
How old were you at that time?
I don't
Young man?
remember. 20.
20s, yes.
So I At some $300 were paid at that time and to book, and I got the admission and all that. Then I went to the American embassy and they rejected my visa. It was so I could not go there, and there was no other option available. So my grandfather said, "તને GIA તો નથી જવાનું હવે. So what else? Go to Danji Street."
Dhanji Street. It's a very fast.
And I'll tell you, I learnt more in Danji Street than GIA would have taught me. And I'm not joking. Why? I put my money where my mouth is. He said, firstly, start buying. You know so much about it, so start buying. I'll give you the money. And he gave me the money and we started buying. And I started making money and started losing money also. And that gave me the whole knowledge of how the business works. So this is the hard way, but there are that's the better way of doing it.
But
through the
Ashok,
institutes.
understand this is a fantastic way. What is gemmology?
Yeah.
Gemmology is a vocation. It's, you don't have a science, I mean, you don't have any colleges in gemmology. Understand?
Yeah.
So what's a vocation? Vocation is an art which you learn by practice.
And my grandfather was a little more intelligent than me. And he said
Obviously.
that teach this guy a lesson properly, put him in the right place. Good he did not go to America. Now he'll maar khaine seekhe barobar. He will learn a little more than he's supposed to learn.
And Ashok bhai, the education
Absolutely, I agree.
that we have in the industry has gone way beyond the courses as well. So if you see, there are so many people that enter the industry across the retail sector, right?
Absolutely.
You've got somebody who's come from an electronic background, you know, he was selling some
Yeah.
electronics at a store, somebody who's come from a apparel store or something, and this just joins the counter. They give him the brief, okay, this much percent is what you'll get if you sell a diamond jewelry. At times, the guy cannot even complete his, you know, first 4 lines, and he doesn't know what to speak next because he doesn't have product knowledge. So that's where labs are coming into the picture today and teaching these retail sales guys about what the product that you're selling is all about in the first place.
When my son was coming back from US after his graduation, I said, don't come back, do one thing, you go to GI and do a 6-month course over there. He said, Dad, enough. I don't want to live here only. I want to come here and want to know what you guys are doing now. I want to know. He was only interested in the business element. So, because I knew Nirupa very well, I said, Nirupa, tu aane line upar le. So he called him up and said, you come and join tomorrow, from tomorrow morning.
Right.
So he did the course over there and learned a lot from that.
Unfortunately, everybody cannot call Nirupa madam like that. So that's where
No.
the crash courses come into play. That's where the 1 day, 2 day, 3 day training at the retail end comes into play.
Or something, I don't know.
No, but I must add here that, you know, we shouldn't restrict our knowledge and our information to ourselves. Actually, the consumer is facing the sales representative.
Absolutely.
So I think that education is very critical. So I think that's the program that all retailers should look at. And, you know, over the last 1 year, we've trained about 2,500 sales personnel from all across India
fantastic.
for
So
major
that
brands.
is the need of the hour.
Exactly. So
And-
they need to understand the difference between a Burmese rubies or a Zambian, you know, we know this, but do they know this? Do they know what's a Zambian emerald? Do they know what's resin filling? You know, it's on the certificate, but they have no knowledge.
No
And then
idea
they
about
look a little stupid
Absolutely.
in front of the customer.
Even basics of diamonds, they don't understand.
Exactly. So this is very critical. We should be looking at more of such programs.
So we look forward to all the larger institutes also contributing a bit on the element of teaching people in the industry and connected to the industry directly, indirectly on these elements in some way, some CRM activity, if it can be possible in some way, tied up and developed.
Yeah. So normally GI continuously doing that and will be keep doing that
But
as
you
well.
only do it from your institutes. You never come out and do any.
No, we did.
No, they are doing their programs reached interior area of India even. I know that because I'm a witness to this industry and I'm a genuine well-wisher of this industry. So this is fair enough to accept this thing. And we are also learned so many things too, like based on this industry's like each and every step, we are also started a retail sales program because somewhere I feel if the salesperson have a basic or very less knowledge or half knowledge, that is more dangerous to pass the information to the customer. So we started this retail sales program, but yes, that is again not less than for 2 weeks. That is a 2 weeks program. We successfully covering again the 2-tier cities. And I think everyone should do that to save this industry. Because, sir, I want to share a very genuine practical problem. One retailer in Delhi, he's a very big kind of retailer. Means, his showroom is maximum people visiting to see that showroom's concept. That is very beautifully designed. He shared the experience. One of his NRI customer, 2-3 years back, purchased some more than 4 CR jewelry. So this year he come back to resell and take the some exchange kind of jewelry. So suddenly that person find ki the entire diamond is replaced with lab grown. And unfortunately, that piece of like jewelry was not certified by any lab, thanks to all the labs. किसी को trap नहीं किया, and somehow that person make up that price because he is a very old customer, so he managed and he bear 50% and the customer bear 50%. Somehow the gold price helped that person to make up the price chart. So here the retailers are also sometimes facing that kind of problem, and this retail sales program which is organized by IDT, I think that will help the people to understand.
Can you explain what is your retail program?
So we are covering the forces, the primer this thing to make them understand. And yes, we are giving the training also. If the salesperson in their team is more than 10 people, so we are organize everything in our laboratory. And we are giving the practical, we are picking the different pieces of studded jewelry, loose diamond, color stone, everything. And we are giving what is what and how they will proceed, how they will conclude whether that is a good piece or not. This kind of programs we are doing.
Fantastic.
So, Ashok,
Yeah,
I have one advice,
yeah, please.
which is universal.
Yeah, please.
Before you part with your money, get it certified. Don't come to me after you have parted with your money. Forget it. No?
It is high time now. Because
No.
the complications
Yeah.
now
Yeah.
are 10 times more than what they used to be 10 years
Absolutely.
ago.
Absolutely.
And
No.
the variations and the oh my God situation that will come,
Yeah.
and the shock that you can receive can be so big that you cannot
Yes.
imagine.
And many years ago, the mother of a very large stockbroker came to my office and showed me 2 diamonds. One was not certified, one was IJS certified. IJS certified was obviously more expensive. She says, what is this? I've been buying from my trusted jeweler, and now, this is IJS certified. Why is it more expensive? So I sent it to the lab. And it came out that the diamond which was not certified was much lower in quality than she was told. This lady started taking out 5-10 carats from everywhere, and put it on my table. I said, Maji, you have enjoyed these diamonds. I'm not taking it. It was loss of business. But can you imagine her shock?
So this is what we face as jewelers
Yes.
every single day.
Right.
Because we have sold tons and tons of stuff in the past, and people are aware of what we understand, what we know, and people come with you with problems and situations you can never ever imagine.
Agree.
And I'm going through the whole element of seminars over here, and some of the things I hear over here, that are happening, and people are saying that, do I do this, do I do that? I said, I don't know where to start, because we have started right from the beginning,
I
right
agree.
from the ground level, and then built ourselves up. And people just want to walk in the garden straight away and want things to happen overnight just by
Absolutely.
getting jewelry in their stores and start selling and making money. It doesn't happen. To say one statement that our business is set up to make money, there is a big price that you have to pay
Yeah.
to be able to say that we are in the business of making money. It is so much of work involved in behind the whole thing.
You know, on this retail sales program, I'll tell you, from its inception, when I'm a Tata man,
Yeah.
okay? So when I joined IGI, in a few months I went to the showroom, Tanish showroom at Brabourne Stadium.
Yeah.
You know, the sales girl was excellent in all different manners until it came to explaining diamonds. Then she started saying, ye neela hai, peela hai, super deluxe hai, deluxe hai. You will remember that colloquial term.
Absolutely.
Super deluxe and deluxe. So at that time, I rang up Xerxes Desai, who was my chairman in Tata's as well as the chairman of Tanishq. I said, Xerxes, come on. This is not done here. A Tata person talking about super deluxe and deluxe. From that time onwards, we have trained over 7,000 of Tanishq people. You know, so now what happens? A customer comes to the jewelry shop, and the girl is able to explain that this is a VVS1, G color, excellent cut, put in prong setting, pave setting, channel setting. It is made by rose gold, white gold, yellow gold. You understand? Okay, now the same consumer goes to a reputed jeweler next door.
Yeah.
And there, he or she gets a spiel, ye super deluxe deluxe. What do you think the customer is going to say? He is going to come back to Tanishq, pay 10% more,
Absolutely.
and buy from there.
And that's where Tanishq is benefiting.
Yes, absolutely.
They have tremendous intelligence in the way
Yes.
they sell things. They have more credibility
Yeah.
in the competition, and that's how they make money.
Absolutely.
That's why they're in the business of making money.
Guidance given by IG at Temas Printer.
Oh, very good. Fantastic.
Actually, we should encourage all the retailers
Yeah.
across India to have a trained staff, because they might be spending a lot of money on their stock, their showrooms, everything. But if the salesman who is the forefront of the, facing the jeweler to the customers, if he's not well trained and he's not able to close the sale, then all these efforts are in vain.
So Jayant, what happens in training, I'll tell you, in the staff training. The biggest problem is firstly learning the way how to sell. So training the guy to sell a product is a very big thing. The product information is another thing. So in the product itself, if you are in the gold jewelry, there is a whole different communication that happens. If you are in the diamond section, there is a whole different communication that is required. And if you mess up things on the front of product description, the way it is supposed to be described, like he said, super deluxe, and if you are talking absolutely outdated language, you are not going to be able to sell it. You are, on the contrary, going to lose that customer forever. And this is happening in the true sense.
Correct.
But the sad part is that everywhere the retention is a big problem. Training happens on the element of teaching them how to sell and what to sell and the product information, and by the time that fellow learns everything, he's already found another guy to move to.
Especially today with the consumers come ready. After
Absolutely.
they do research in AI and all the tools, that understand exactly what you want to buy. Exactly, I want this color, I want this clarity, without black inclusion, without...
And sad part is that 80% or 90% of the people who are in the jewelry business have come into the diamond business also without understanding the diamonds at all. They have never ever dealt with diamonds. They have always bought ready-made jewelry, and they have been selling the whole thing in a ready-made manner.
Ashok, there is one more reason, one more way You know the jeweler, the customer knows the jeweler. So he takes his diamond, he or she takes his diamond and keeps it under a pillow. It's a fact.
Yeah.
And if she gets nightmares, irrespective of the quality of the diamond, it comes back.
Okay.
If she gets nice dreams,
So this is
see,
a consumer
this is the
thing.
Indian consumer, the
Yeah,
way we
it's a
deal
fact.
here.
It's
It's
a
a fact.
And you have to bear with this. With a consumer, everything is okay.
Yes.
You can afford a consumer to have less knowledge. You can afford a consumer to speak whatever he wants. You cannot afford a jeweler to speak what he has to be perfect.
So Ashok bhai,
Yeah, Chief.
when you mentioned about retention of the salespeople, actually our experience has been that after you've invested in your salespeople, they feel so rewarded and they've learnt more. There's something more they've done than what they do every day. Same thing, they come in every day.
Yeah.
It's the same sales and go back home. It's the same life.
Yeah.
But when they learn something new, they're educated, they earn a certificate, they feel rewarded, and they, now they're indebted to the jeweler, to the brand for investing in them.
Yeah.
So I think it also helps with the retention, so that
Okay.
is it.
No, 100%. Once you have somebody, but I'll tell you, today times are such that there's somebody always behind you, and he's going to pick you up.
Hello. It's so true. Speed is the new element.
Yes,
Everyone wants speed
absolutely.
because money is tight.
Right.
Okay, I agree. So there are so many ways to use AI in your processes, in your efficiencies, to speed it up. You go closer.
Certification AI thi thai.
See, it's a qualitative analysis.
So that's
Anything-
something that it cannot happen.
Maybe 80%, maybe 70%, but the final,
Do you use it in any of your?
we always,
Yeah.
no, we don't use it as such, but we use to speed it up.
Okay.
See, there are so many processes in certification.
Okay.
We use AI wherever it is relevant,
Okay.
and we use human wherever it is relevant. That's the most important thing. And we take the certification closer to the manufacturing place, because that is the most efficient way
Okay.
of doing it.
Ben, anything you'd like to say?
Yeah, we actually implemented the AI machines for grading,
Okay.
and we see it help us also to align our graders.
Okay.
Of course, it's mixed between a manual process and automation process, and we see over the time that it's help also align the graders to be more accurate. Of course, it's a lot of learning because you have different shape, different growing method, different, especially in the lab grown, the natural, it's also different. So it's a matter of time. I believe future-wise, it will be base machine only.
So I think we can have questions if anybody would like to ask any questions over here. Can we have the mic? Anybody?
Ashokji, I would like to thank Mr. Themis that he mentioned he has a 70 master stones which are GI certified. That shows the trust on the GI grading standard. Thank you so much.
So you can thank him directly. You don't need me.
Sir, this AI question, I just want to respond. Do you feel you are a mentor of to the industry and you are such a learning person?
I will answer
Whether-
that. For sure. Understand one thing. He is the biggest mentor among the jewelers.
Oh, Arre, come on.
No. That's
It's not
not
about
no,
me.
no, 1 minute. Just because we are on the podium, I don't want to do backslapping and all that shit. But it is a fact. When he had the largest showroom in Palladium, the whole first floor in Crossroads, correct me if I'm wrong, where you should display the entire range of luxury items. Correct me again if you're wrong.
Yeah.
He was the only one who spoke with me about certification. His reputation is immense. And after that, who founded GJF? He is the mentor of the jewelry industry. I'm not trying to And today I am here because Ashok Bhai personally called me and I told him about my accident. He says, oh, then I said, you know what? I will do whatever I have to do, but I will come and
That
sit
was a
with
shock
you."
to me.
Yes.
And
It is
that
barely
was a
1
shock to
month.
me that you agreed.
Yeah,
Even
it is-
after such a critical situation.
Ashok
And
Bhai,
I'm so thankful to you.
for you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so
And
much.
including Mindspeak, right? That was your idea, I remember, during COVID. That's when you started the
We had nothing
Mindspeak
to do, actually.
conversations. Yeah, exactly.
We had nothing to do.
Hello.
So we set up Mindspeak. Yeah, please.
I am a JI alumni. I would like to know the new terminology of the lab grown diamonds, which you just now said.
So basically we have a premium and standard. These are the two terminology we have introduced. Basis on the kind of, what I would say, the narrow, in the lab grown segment, the grades are getting narrowed because of the control over the production.
May I respond to this question? Already BIS has defined the terminology in a proper manner. You cannot say lab grown, simply a diamond. That has to be defined a lab grown diamond. However, natural diamond can be called as a diamond. That is given in the public domain also. You can go to the BIS side, you can find it out how they are classifying, and the HSN code is also differentiated from the natural diamond side.
This is a very good question, and I'd like to answer it. You know, see, the thing is, what are the laboratories? We are an independent, third-party, authenticating body. As third party, we do not succumb to any lobby or any pressure. At IGI, my stance is extremely clear. I grade diamonds and I give you the origin, whether it is natural or lab grown. And GIA, for the last nearly 100 years, has initiated the 4 Cs. You know, a diamond, whether natural or synthetic, can be called with anything. That's not an issue because we don't want to confuse the consumer. But the analysis, it's the integrity of a laboratory to give a true analysis of the gemstone. You know, and you know, it is very elitist, but I won't get into that because that goes into a debate. But what I'm saying is, from the IGS standpoint, we will grade a diamond and be transparent. That's the most important thing. It's the consumer's decision. It's not my decision. I'm not making an opinion. I'm not an opinion maker. I'm a laboratory independent of whatever the nature of the stone is. That's all.
So are there any other questions? If not, then we can wrap it up. Yeah, you, bolo.
अच्छा इतनी सारी लैब है GI, IGI, SGL, IDT, तो ज्वेलर्स को किसके उसका प्राइस लिस्ट भी सबका ग्रेडिंग का अलग अलग होता है, तो ज्वेलर्स को किस पे भरोसा करना चाहिए?
जिसका शक्ल आपको अच्छा लगे.
जो हाथ ऊपर
ज्वेलर्स
करेगा
को
उसका।
भरोसा हेलो, ज्वेलर्स को भरोसा पहले आपके आप पे करना है.
Correct.
You know, if you have the faith and the integrity in yourself, you will know the answer.
नहीं, उसके लिए मैं एक GI, SGL और IDT को वडोदरा की ओर से कांग्रेचुलेशन करना चाहता हूँ कि हमने निरूपा मैम के टर्म में काफ़ी GI का प्रोग्राम वडोदरा में किया और मैंने भी खुद GI के सब क्रैश कोर्स किए है. अपना डायमंड ग्रेडिंग है, जो कलर स्टोन वाला है, पल ग्रेडिंग है, और रिटेल सेल्स का भी आपका जो फैकल्टी विजय परमार है, काफ़ी वेरी एक्सेलेंट टीचर, और SGL ने भी काफ़ी हमको हेल्प किया है, और IDT भी काफ़ी हमने प्रोग्राम किया है. IGI का मेरे ख्याल से एक बार हुआ था, तो जो ज्वेलर्स को आप एजुकेट करना, जितना एजुकेट करोगे तो उसका ट्रस्ट बढ़ेगा. तो अभी मेरा GI पे है ज़्यादा ट्रस्ट, SGL पे भी आ रहा है और IDT भी आ रहा है.
अब IGI भी आजमा के देखो.
ठीक है.
So I think a very important element is that institutes have to maintain their own credibility. And to maintain their credibility, they will need to perform. They will need to deliver, and they'll need to do things that are appropriate, honest, right, non-manipulative, absolutely ethical, and in the best way possible, which is the right way to do it. And I am seeing most of the institutes following the same thing. Everyone has their comfort levels. So somebody is comfortable with a particular institute, he will surely work with him. And you have to decide whom to work with. We never say that this guy is good and that the other guy is not good. As GJC, we try to keep it as neutral as possible. The fact is that we require certification today. And without certification, if we start working, our suppliers can take advantage from us. Our customers can not benefit from us. We will get into a situation after a few years, we don't know what we have sold, and we could get into any situation we don't know how to get out of at that point of time also. So I think this is time well spent. This is the only seminar we kept for 1.5 hours, and I knew that it would take a little more time, but it was well worth it. I'm extremely thankful to the panel over here. Every one of you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ashok Bhai.
Every
having
one
all
of
of
you
us
have
here.
given great inputs. I must thank you so much for coming again, once again, and all the very best. We'd like to give you a small token of our appreciation. When you go back, you can remember us.
The loudest round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. What a power-packed session. A small token of appreciation from GJC to all our panelists, our moderator as well, requesting Anil sir to please join us on the stage. Celebrities book. Absolutely, to all the celebrities on the stage. What a power-packed session. The evolving role of gemmological labs in India by absolutely the best in industry, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, thank you so much, Mr. Ben Finkelstein, Mr. Chirag Soni, Mr. Jayant Kulkarni, Mr. Ramit Kapoor, and Mr. Printer, and of course our moderator, as well as our past chairman GJC, Mr. Ashok Meenawala. Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, and have a gorgeous lady from IDT. Zordar taaliyan ho jaye everybody. Are we low on energy? Come on. Can I please hear the applause once again a little louder? What a fantastic session. Thank you so much once again. Thank you, sir.